can you provide a brief history of the academy and where you guys started?
So Taffs Well Academy now has been going about a year. We started so September last year, so we've had not quite a full season with everything going on, but we had our first season last season. Pretty exciting this year because we've sort of known where we're going from. So we got our accreditation again for the 2020-21 season, and preparations now are sort of in full swing, prepping for the season ahead.
And I understand we've had some exciting news that you've obtained a place in the Development League. What does that mean for you in the academy?
It's absolutely huge. So with how late we sort of got into the academy system last season, it wasn't an opportunity to join the Development League. So for us, it's the pinnacle of sort of the academy system. So for our players now, starting all the way from 8s all the way through, they got that pathway now. So at youth football, they're sort of applying themselves at the highest level possible. And as you can imagine, for us, it's what an amazing thing to be able to tell our boys from all the age groups that they got that opportunity. It's brilliant.
The FAW have made a few changes this year. How does that affect you and how are you finding it?
It was busy. So we had a busy sort of spring, summer prepping for it, but it's fantastic again. So there's the two big ones is previously you didn't really have to have a foundation phase. And now, so every academy has to sort of have under 8s all the way through. So for us, it provides that sort of fixture opportunity and friendlies to be able to play other age groups. And the other big one now is they've sort of introduced competitive age groups all the way from 12s, 13s, 14s, 15s, 16s, and now the Development League. So previously it was only 12s, 14s, and 16s. So again, our boys now at that sort of development age are playing really competitive fixtures. And we had such a brilliant sort of experience in those competitive age groups last season. It's exciting that now our boys don't have any sort of gaps in their development all the way through the youth system. So fantastic, really. Yeah.
There's significant change happening at Taffs Well at the moment with Kendall coming in as manager for the first team. How do you see your interaction between the youth and the first team setups working in the future?
I've actually met Lee a couple of times on on courses and the education stuff, but the first sort of time really working with him. And there's a really good structure from sort of first team down. There's sort of people who've come in with him. I know Lawrence was already here. Craig Sampson's come in, and Craig's sort of involvement with the youth team. Lawrence is ahead of phase, so it's really linked up well now with the first team. We have regular meetings all the time, so the structure there is brilliant. To have such an interest within the academy system and his sort of aims of bringing those boys through into first team's really exciting. It's just sort of brilliant summer really, and apart from the other things going on for the club wise, it's been fantastic to be involved in. Really good.
Every youngster wants to make it, but what are your views on the pathways available for young players in Wales currently?
Yeah, we've been really fortunate. Our first year we've had sort of 9 players leave us, but to go to sort of pro academies. With the sort of reputation we're building, we've had players come out of the academy systems into us. So it's really good that we've got that sort of fallback for players who aren't quite making it at Swansea and Cardiff that can come in and develop it with us. And also, we've got that opportunity to provide them. I think these changes that they're bringing in is only going to suit development because the academy leagues are becoming much more professional. The competitive level the boys are now in from 12s all the way through. They're not having that gap again, so that's only going to improve things. There's a sort of stricter framework now for mates all the way through as well. So I think even in the first year now, I think you'll see an improvement, but I think within sort of 3 or 4 years' time, when every academy's hitting that top level, it's only going to boost sort of elite level in Wales. And then obviously you've also what the sort of pro academies are doing as well, bringing players into the national team at the moment. It's you look at what the national team's doing, it's fantastic, isn't it? So
what do people need to do if they're interested in trying out for your academy?
Yeah, so we're just finishing off the trial process at the moment. But I think we've been sharing it quite a lot on Twitter, and there's on our sort of Facebook pages. But there's an email address which is at academy@taffswellfc.co.uk. If they send an email, we can book them in. Still at the moment for most of the age groups, the trials are sort of finishing at the end of this week. So it is. We have managed it with obviously the COVID situation at the moment. We've sort of got them in to make sure ratios are hit and things like that. That it's not only over a couple of sessions now rather than just a one-off big trial day. But yeah, we're still interested to see you if you do want to come in. If you can just obviously send an email to that, we'll get back to you as soon as possible.
In your view, what makes the Taffs Well Academy particularly special?
For me, it's we've worked so hard on getting the right people in place, coaching wise, and then it's all working. There's a well way of playing that we like to put as part of our philosophy, and it's amazing looking through all the age groups from 8 all the way up that you can see a bit of an identity forming already. The coaching, the way the boys are, the way that not just our philosophy, but the way they interact with the coaches, with every sort of coach as an idea of each age group as well. We go and see all the age groups just to see and support. It's just a fantastic sort of academy to be around.
And finally, coronavirus has obviously disrupted preparations, but what would you consider your short and long-term targets you'd like to achieve?
So short term, so already, like we say, it was really sort of late notice when we got the academy system. So our sort of big focus was getting the right people in place. So we've gone from sort of not having sort of 1A license, a couple of B, so already totally transforming the whole structure and the coaching side. So that was our short-term game, make sure that the coaches who provide that development and the learning for the players is as good as it could possibly be. Long-term now is obviously to get as many first-team players as possible in Taffs Well, some local boys from RCT or North Cardiff, to get as many of those boys representing the first team, and to get into the Welsh Premier League with those academy players. So yeah, it's an exciting vision. Hopefully there's a lot of other things going on in development side in and outside the club, but to have that sort of Welsh Premier League status with a lot of academy sort of players would be fantastic.
Well, congratulations again on getting into the Development League.
Yeah.
Some fantastic work happening, and can't wait to see what happens in the future.
Brilliant.
Thank you.
Thank you.